Do you know that today is World Autism Awareness Day?
No, I didn't. I wasn't aware of that.
That's okay. Most people don't know. Tell me, have you heard about autism? What have you heard about it?
I have a guy in my class at primary school had Asperger's, and I think I know a couple of people who have Asperger's, and that's the main condition I know about.
Okay.
And actually, my uncle's son is severely autistic as well. Actually, he's about 10, but he's almost. It's very difficult to communicate with. Basically, he doesn't use language. So I know a bit about it. But
if there was anything you would like for people with autism, what would it be? If there was something you could change.
I guess if people understood more, if people in general understood what autism was and what were manifestations of it, then they could make allowance. But I think it often just gets passed off as eccentricity or strange behaviour, and if you understand that there's a reason why people are behaving that's beyond their control, then it becomes much easier to accept. So that's the main thing.
That's very good. Tell me, what do you know about autism?
Not too much, to be honest, apart from what I've seen in film.
I did not know that, no.
That's right. So tell me, what do you know about autism?
Not a lot. I've just found out my cousin, her son is autistic. She lives up north in Aberdeen. But I really don't know an awful lot about it, apart from what you see on TV and in movies and stuff, just that, children are kind of isolated and perhaps in their own little world a lot of the time, but that's pretty much it.
So the person who's just been diagnosed in your family, you said is the son of your cousin?
It's the son of my cousin, yes. But
how old is he?
Oh, he's a teenager. It's just I don't have a lot of contact with them, so I've only just found out because I've not seen her for 20 years. So I had no idea. I was quite shocked. I was shocked that I didn't know, but she couldn't come down to see me because she had to be there for her son, for his routine. She has to be there in the morning when he goes to school, and she has to be there when he comes home at night.
Yes.
And I didn't appreciate that. So so that's
about
it. As much as I know.
And from what you know, if there was one thing you could do to help with autism, what would it be?
Right. I guess to try and find out what causes it, really, and see if there's anything that can be done for it. Research, I guess.
That's great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. You didn't know about it?
I didn't know.
What do you know about autism?
I know there is a spectrum of conditions that can be from quite easily coped with to the difficult to cope with.
Yes. Have you heard much about it recently?
Well, recently. Yes, here and there in the press.
What did you say?
Here and there in the press, I suppose.
Yes. Anything you could recall? Anything in particular?
Well, the worst thing about autism in the press recently was the alleged link between it and the MMR vaccine, I suppose.
No, I didn't.
What do you know about autism? Have you heard much about it?
I've heard about it, yes. I've got some friends who have a boy who's autistic, so yes, I've regular contact with an autistic child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see these friends much?
Yeah, at least once a week.
Yes.
So my son is a friend of the boy, so he comes to our house and stays with us.
And if there was one thing you could do to help autism, what would it be?
Probably more understanding of the condition. So I think people get quite frustrated with autistic people without realising they can't help. the way they are.
Okay.
Yes, I do, yes.
Tell me, why do you know about it?
Well, I actually know because Derek told me that you were coming here tonight to talk about it.
But you didn't know about it before?
I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't.
What do you know about autism?
I actually know quite a lot about autism because before I was working here, I've worked with autistic adults and children for about 10 years.
Yes?
So, yeah, I know quite a lot about it.
And where were they on the spectrum?
All different. Some people were very, some people had like OCD, some people had, they weren't able to talk properly, some people had spoke different languages, some people, all different range, huge range.
And in terms of how many adults are we talking about? Did you see many of them?
Yes, lots of adults, yeah. I worked with some very intensely.
And so in which setting was it? Was it in a home?
It was in a home environment. I used to work for a company who supported people in their own homes with autism.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
If there was one thing you could do today to help autism, what would it be?
To help autism? I guess it would be to educate the general public about what it means and to teach them to adapt how they treat people with autism.
Yes.
To understand what it means for the autistic person, to adapt their own communication so that people with autism could communicate more easily.
That's very good. I like this very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
No. Do you know? Have you heard much about autism?
Not really, no.
Not really. Nothing in the news. Nothing.
No, not really, no. Not
No
at all.
friends. That's fine.
No friends. Brilliant. That was nice and easy.
What about yourself? Have you heard? Did you know today was World Awareness Autism Day?
No, I didn't.
Tell me, have you heard much about autism?
Yes.
Yes? What do you know about it?
Only that, what the symptoms are and how people who have autism can't connect with what's going on around them too much, and they live in their own worlds and find the connection difficult.
Yes, that's right. And tell me, if there was one thing you could do if you had the power to change things to help, what would it be?
We'll keep raising awareness, I think.
Yes, that's good.
Keep talking about it.
Yes, thank you. Tell me, did you know it was World Autism Awareness Day today?
No, I didn't.
And have you come across autism yourself?
No.
No?
Not at all.
And have you heard about it much in the news?
No, not at all. Well, I have, but not to any huge degree.
I didn't know that, no.
Have you come across autism before?
I have, yes.
In which way?
I had a client who had a child who suffered from autism. And he told me that his child, they had a DVD of Elton John.
Yes.
And it had 25, 30 songs on it. And his child could tell him every song and the title of it from number one. And the child that suffered from autism he was 8 or 9 years old, but he could tell you every song on that DVD from one to the end to 30 songs like that.
Yes.
No, he was quite normal. A little bit
hyper.
ADD, hyper if you like. But the mental aptitude, it was different.
Yes.
Certainly the child himself had something far superior. Far superior to me, to be fair, because I couldn't tell you the 30 songs.
So in which way do you think he was suffering then? If you say it was far superior?
I think he was suffering that he was confused with everything else going on. With general life was confusing. It was confusing to have to maybe go to the toilet and then have to speak to somebody new, and it was like, whoa. That was confusing to him. But to sit down and maybe recite
these are all the tracks on DVD. It was easy. Like playing chess, maybe, was easy to him.
Yes.
But to put several things together at the same time, then that became confusing.
Yes, that's right.
But in one aspect, more brilliant than I am.
Sure. Yes, I think it's pretty fair representation. I think you're spot on here.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for what you say.
No, no,